What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. Kinda, because we're gonna be talking about two games. So anyways, a little backstory. This last week, I've been playing a crap ton of this other card game called Legends of Runeterra. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you aren't, all right? But as you know, in Marvel Snap, the meta's gotten kind of stale, you're playing against a lot of the same decks, all that kind of stuff, and I've been playing a bunch of other games, because I'm a gamer, that's what I do, all right? So anyways, this has really opened my eyes to features that I would love to see in Marvel Snap. Like, playing Legends of Runeterra, I've realized how much Marvel Snap is missing, but as I discussed in this video, it's also made me extremely excited about Marvel Snap's future because there's so much that they could be doing, all right? So before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris, I also go by Bootman, and if you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, I usually talk about like different deck strategies, how to reach infinite, all that kind of stuff, so make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. But I might also start doing some more variety content because like I said, I'm a gamer and there are a ton of cool games coming out. I keep forgetting about the new Star Wars game coming out, Jedi Survivor. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell because I do make a ton of Marvel Snap content, all right? And we have an amazing Discord server down in the description below. And I also give away 3 season passes for free every single month, all right? But you gotta be subscribed and you gotta follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. That is also linked down in the description below, all right? So before I get started, let me just say, like, I just went on like a little bit of a Twitter rant too about like Legends of Runeterra, but I still love Marvel Snap, all right? I love it so much. Legends of Runeterra definitely does have its flaws. It's made me appreciate Marvel Snap a bit more with its simplicity. Those of you who don't know, I have not played card games since I was a kid, like back in middle school. I used to play a ton of Magic, and then my friends who I played Magic with, they went to another school in high school, long story, but anyways, Marvel Snap got me back into card games. So I started playing Legends of Runeterra and I love it. I've been obsessed. I'm gonna go through some of the features that I love that I wish were in Marvel Snap, but Legends of Runeterra is definitely lacking too. Like, first off, it is extremely complicated. Like the learning curve on this thing, like I've been playing all week and I barely know anything, all right? But also, there's not many explainers out there. One of the reasons I wanna start making some Legends of Runeterra content out there is because I'll spend hours trying to find an answer to something, and it is bonkers that there's no information on it, all right? But I wanna show you guys some cool features. Some of you might know if you played Legends of Runeterra. Some of you who haven't, it'll kind of open your eyes the same way I did, all right? Let me switch the screens real quick. All right, so here is the Legends of Runeterra home screen. But I've also loved this game because I have like a MOBA background too. I started out with Dota like way back when it was just like a custom map in Dota. I mean, in not World of Warcraft, in Warcraft 3, all right? So I played Dota for years. I even went to Seattle to the internationals one year, because like I said, I love competition. But then a few years ago, I started playing a bunch of League of Legends. And then my son and I actually watched that Netflix series, Arcane, which is the Legends of, or League of Legends universe. So this card game is based off League of Legends, Arcane, whatever you wanna say. So that's really, really cool, all right? So anyways, the first thing I wanted to discuss on here is like what I wish Marvel Snap had was unranked mode. And they were talking about how they were gonna have it. It was on the development roadmap, but they like changed it to like deck testing. But check this out. So I'm gonna dive more into this thing right here, Path of Champions, pretty soon. But anyways, if I go to play, like this already has like a bunch of different modes. I can choose to play against bots. This right here, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm still learning a lot about this game. I'm pretty sure there's mainly tutorials and stuff like that. And then also, they have like all these game modes right here. Like ranked mode, like you guys, we know like ranked mode is stressful, yo. It's stressful. And like, I just really hope Marvel Snap comes out with more game modes, not just like battle mode, right? Not just conquest, like something that's not competitive, like not competitive at all. So you could just chill and play and do whatever. I haven't done any of these yet. But the next thing I want Marvel Snap to have, which is in the same realm, is this PvE mode, okay? So this is number 2. And Marvel Snap already has bots, so do it. So check this out. This is literally all I've been doing all week long, is this thing right here. It's called Path of Champions, all right? So let's load up, all right? So I could go on about this forever, but I wish Marvel Snap had this. So this is just you against the computer, but it's crazy because I saw someone mention that Path of Champions is like a roguelite, right? And that's what I love playing, like with my son and stuff. I just got this game, Have a Nice Death, and that genre of game is basically like you start, and you just play until you die. And along the way, you get power-ups and different things, and that's what this is. So with this, you pick different champions and stuff like that. So I've been playing a ton of Jinx. I also love this dude right here. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yasuo, right? I've been playing a little set. I guess they just recently added him to the game. But anyways, you pick one of these, and then it has all these different areas that you can go, right? And then they have like a weekly one too, but it's like fun and it's like challenging, and it's all I've been doing all week long. Because as you do it, you get rewards that you can use in the game to get like new cards and level up, and like that's where it gets really complicated, by the way. I don't even have time to start diving into that. But anyways, you get stuff from in here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to play a ton of this and get used to the different champions as much as possible, the different cards, and then I'm gonna jump into PvP. But this is like a great way to learn the game. But yeah, like you go in here and you pick it, and like you get like, you know, certain like power-ups to start with, and then as you go, you get more, and you can buy items, and you play like different champions along the way. It's just been super, super cool. Now check this out. So the other day, and if I remember, I'll link it down in the description below, but I'll click around here so you can see why I'm talking. But Second Dinner, they did this talk, right? The developers, they gave this talk at like this like dev conference thing, I think. It's for this, I think it's a development software called Unity that they use, but they discussed like their backstory and of how like Second Dinner got started and where they're at now. And it really helped me appreciate Marvel Snap even more. But anyway, something they talked about was with the collection track. So originally their idea for the collection track was, or one of the ideas they had, was where you went on this path through like different areas of like the Marvel universe, right? Like you might go to like Asgard, then maybe you're going to New York City, almost like a location. But along the way, you pick up heroes, right? And so now that I've been obsessed with this Path of Champions, I'm like, yo, like Marvel Snap already like had a similar idea too. So like, hopefully in the future, they do something like that, but it's just PvE, right? But this has kept me so occupied. Because like I said, they have like challenges. So check this out. This takes a second to load. I don't like that. I wish it was like instant. I don't know why it takes so long to load. But anyways, that's a very, we're impatient in this digital age. But like, so check this out. These are like specific things I have for this. And some of the rewards you get are just for Path of Champions. But then there's like these other daily quests and stuff like that I can use in the regular game. All right, so I'll go back and just kind of show you real quick because it'll help me transition to the next feature I wish Marvel Snap had. But how sick is that? How sick is that? It's like a single player game. It's like a whole separate thing, all right? But yeah, so when you go to your collections, like I'll earn stuff to get like new cards. They go by like shards. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. So like up here, you know, whatever. So if I want to craft new cards and stuff like that. So that's super cool. So the next feature that it blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, that would be so sick. But there are some drawbacks. This tab right here, tournament. So how dope would this be? So again, I'm a competitive gamer. I love that battle mode was introduced. I think Conquest is gonna be huge, all right? Like seeing this, like Conquest isn't gonna be the same, but I'm really excited for it now. So Runeterra, what they're actually doing as we speak right now, they're in like the quarterfinals or whatever. So they have built-in in-game tournaments. And I think I heard him say this is the first one, but it's the Runeterra Opens, and it's not showing all the rewards and stuff like that, but basically anybody can log in, they can play, you qualify, right, on the first day. Now today is the second day, and they're having like the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals, and like you win whatever, like I think you win some in-game rewards, a special badge, but I think the finalists, or I don't know how many people qualify, but then they have a world's tournament. Now, don't get me wrong, and I wish I said this at the beginning, this game is from Riot. And like I said, it's like, it builds off of League of Legends. Games have been around for what, over 10 years now? Like, I think League of Legends came out when my son, around the time my son was born, like 2008. So Riot has a huge like advantage. Like, they're a massive company for one of the biggest games in the world. So don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, that's why it makes me excited about Marvel Snap. But anyways, Riot is actually running this tournament. So right now we have like Snap battles in a bunch of places, running these very small, tiny Marvel Snap tournaments. But like, how cool would this be? Now, the one thing I did want to say though, I've been I really try to, like, when I get into something, and it's probably because I'm a recovering addict, like, I get obsessed. So I've been following all this tournament stuff, and there's a bunch of issues. There's a bunch of issues with it that I won't dive into. So then that like kind of makes me think, I'm like, would you really want like in-game tournament? Like, would Second Dinner or Marvel Snap actually want to run these, you know? I think it's better, like, you know that thing like jack of all trades, master of none? Like, I don't know if, unless they had like a dedicated team specifically for esports, like, I think it's better when like third parties do it, you know what I mean? They're not part of the game and they just do it their own separate thing. But it is really cool how this is built into it. So we'll see how Conquest mode is, but I thought this was really cool because like, but they have like a world championships. I don't know what the prize pool is, but that's what I'm really excited for Marvel Snap. Like, one of the reasons I started making content for Marvel Snap, I was like, this game is gonna take off. And we're still in its infancy. So I hope everybody remembers that as I go through this, like, Marvel Snap, Second Dinner in its infancy. And again, watching that talk from them, from the developers, it really, like, I have this respect for how far they've come, you know what I mean? So, next feature I would love for them to have, and where is it? Here it is. So they have a whole store, all right? So I might make another video on this. They say this game very free to play friendly. I'm still on the fence, and that's what my Twitter rant was about, because I still think it's hard to like build a collection in this, because these decks have 40 cards. 4D cards, okay? So like, think about if you had to build a deck of Marvel, I'm not gonna get into it, but think about it, 40 cards. So the next feature I would love is this. So they have boards, like, this is a different type of cosmetic, so it's like outside of variants, all right? And this game doesn't really have variants, which Marvel Snap definitely has a leg up on, but how sick is this? Like, I love playing Jinx. Like, my board, I can customize, I can get a custom board. So this is like 10 bucks, but like, think about how much a variant is at Marvel Snap. So it's about on par, but this is dope. This one I really like too. Like, check this out. What? Like, this thing, like, I think it like moves and stuff while you're playing. I saw somebody, I was watching a video and I was like, dang, that's sick. But it has like music too that goes along with it. This one's like 15 bucks though. How dope is that? But check it out. Marvel Snap did say that they are working on custom boards. So I think that'll be really cool, like, especially if it's animated and stuff, because I think the opponent can see it too. So I really, really like that, all right? I like that a ton. I think that's so cool. I can't wait to see like what else like Marvel Snap's gonna do with it. All right. Next, by the way, I have two monitors. I'm looking at my notes over here. So the next thing, and we'll sit here and we'll put up a pretty, oh, I can't do both. I was gonna put up a little pretty board in the background. Next thing is, man, like, I've thought like the Marvel Snap challenges were kind of dull, but now I really do. I want Marvel Snap to have better challenges. Like, that is something that really irks me, because like, it seems like minimal effort, but I've played other games. Like, another game I was playing recently until they just announced they're taking down the servers until next year, hopefully, is Multiverses. It's like a Smash Brothers, you know, kind of game, but with like Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes, stuff like that. Anyways, they had very dull challenges too. Same thing with Marvel Snap. We get the same challenges over and over and over. Like, this is fun. Like, there's so many different, like, look at all these different challenges. Like, so this is like this is like the season pass challenges. I've already done like my daily stuff, but they have like daily quests, weekly quests. They have ones that are specific to the the like season pass thing. It's called like an event, right? They have other quests down here. Like Marvel Snap can get so much more creative. Like even though this is broken down into sections, like think about a Marvel Snap. If it was like they do it a little for the weekly ones that help level up your battle pass, like kinda, but it's like, think about how many other ones they could do about playing like certain types of cards or having a specific card that you had to play with, or you had to beat certain decks or like whatever, I don't know, whatever it is. Like, it just seems like it's so simple. And since all the developers play, like they already play the game, like they should just be taking down notes like, oh, it'd be cool if there was a challenge like this. Oh, it'd be cool. Like some of the challenges, like you couldn't even do like, oh, you had to play at this location a certain amount of times, right? And it's like, oh, well, I don't have any control over that. So I just got to play a bunch. Like things like that. Like a lot of us who have been Series 3 complete for a while, like we talk about how there's like no end game experience, right? And a lot of what I'm talking about here, whether it's like additional challenges, quests, whatever, like this, a PvE mode, whatever, like a lot of that is like for end game. Like I don't know what end game looks like for this, and maybe a lot of my excitement comes because I'm so new to the game, but again, like Marvel Snap can do so much more. All right, so the next feature I wish they had is this. So I'm still trying to weigh my thoughts on it because it is something I'm ranting about as well. Legends of Runeterra has this like card crafting system, all right? And I was watching a video and it said like how much it is, but it sounds like it's similar to Marvel Snap, where you can't just buy your way to a full collection like easily. Like I think you can only buy a certain amount of these. So these are like the best ones, right? So like $3 a pop for a champion. And I think, yeah, so I can spend what is that, like 30 bucks? And I don't know how long it takes for that to reset. I don't know if it's daily or weekly, but it's a card crafting system. So up here you could see, so these are like common cards. So if I want to get a common card, like I've been earning these, so I could just buy a very specific common card. So it's almost like the token shop before they made it so Series 3 can't buy a specific one, right? But they have like 4 different levels of cards, all right? So common, rare, wild card. So if I go to my collection, so here, I'll show you guys. So check this out. So here's a deck that I've been trying to build, all right? I've been loving playing Jinx. I checked out like the meta tier list, and like there's like this deck called Jinx Echo, right? So one thing that should be said is, so these have 40 cards in them. I've been playing for about a week, not even a week, less than a week, and I only need 3 more cards to finish that deck. So that's where I'm like kind of on the fence. I went on this big Twitter rant and I'm like, well, I've been playing for about a week and I almost have like a full like meta deck, and I haven't spent any money except for on the season pass. I am gonna dump some money into this though, like that's for sure. Like I wanna get one of those sick boards. But anyways, so they have this card crafting system. So right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. You guys can kind of see it. So one of the cards I need is Echo. Okay, so I need 3 of this card in my deck to finish this deck, okay? And this is cool, like other stuff. So I need 3 more of these, so check this out. So I can use 300 gold or 300 coins to get the card, okay? So I would need $6 to get the next 2, okay? Or I can use these shards thing, but check this out. So I have 1,500 and I've been playing a ton. All right, so I would need 6,000 to get those last 2, or I can get these wild cards for a champion, which I can earn along their like different tracks and stuff like that. So like, I'm still trying to balance it out. But anyways, there is a lot more flexibility in this game to get the cards that you want. So like, this is the champion card, okay? So this is like the champion card. So that's like the most expensive one. But like this other card, this one is, what is that? It's like rare. I think that's rare symbol. So I only need 1 more of her, this Voice of the Risen, to build this deck. And that's only 1,200 shards, right? So, oh wait, I just earned it doing my quest. So here, you guys can watch. Boom. Okay, so now I only need 2 more echoes. I'll finish this deck, baby. So anyways, I think that's really cool. So with the more challenges that Marvel Snap could implement, the more you can get. But there is this to be said. Like this game has so many cards, so many cards. So I will say, like as a non-developer, as somebody new to card games, I do get that Marvel Snap wants to make it slower so you don't get a complete collection. So this game has it too, but like the slowness in this is gonna be faster because there are so many cards. And this game's been out for what, 3 or 4 years now? But yeah, like look at all these, look, like every deck has the capacity to be 40 cards. So it makes me wonder, like, I wish there was something like that in Marvel Snap, but at the same time, like, I kind of get it. But they've also implemented this thing. I'll show you this real quick. I don't know if it's a feature I want in Marvel Snap, but where is it? Oh, it's rewards. So in this game, the cards are all built into different like regions, all right? And I guess you could do that in Marvel Snap, right? Like you have like different characters that like go together. Like you can have like the Avengers and you can have like, you know, stuff from like, you know, like Thanos and his crew, like Ebony Maw and stuff from the movies. But anyways, so this has different regions for cards and I can pick a specific one. And this is a whole different progression track, right? So there's like 3 or 4 progression tracks in here. But anyways, this helps me with crafting cards. So check this out. Once I get to a certain level, I get a champion wild card just by progressing this. So what I'm saying is there's more ways to like craft cards in this. But another thing to say about Legends of Runeterra is that some of these cards are like, they're not, like in Marvel Snap, you just have characters, right? All you have is characters. This game has stuff like spells. You see what I mean? So in Marvel Snap, you're basically like the equivalent of Marvel Snap, like stuff you use your tokens on, are basically these, which are champions, right? So there's only one tier of things. So I don't know, it gets complicated, but I wish there was something in Marvel Snap where you can earn more things. Like we gamers, like I've read a lot of books on like the psychology of like gaming and stuff like that. And we want things that are like challenging, but like challenging enough where we wanna like keep going and earning new stuff. And that's where a lot of us get bored with Marvel Snap. And this game has it, so I'm hoping it comes in Marvel Snap, all right? But one of the last features I want to talk about, this is where it gets kind of weird, especially because I'll explain in a minute. But I wish Marvel Snap had more, like, I've heard so many people talk about like, oh man, like, are they gonna have more visuals in Marvel Snap? Are they gonna have more visuals? I'm like, who cares? I'm always like, who cares about visuals? Like, just put the freaking card down and just do your thing, right? But this game has blown my brain up, all right? Like, hold on, so check this out. Like, if you guys haven't played this game, like, holy crap, like, look at this. Like, do you guys see this animation happening right now? Like, these are things like when you level, so you can level up your champion in the game. These are full-blown animations that happen. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, what the heck? So now I understand why people in Marvel Snap want more visuals in the game. But like, I'm like, how big of a team do you need to like do stuff like this regularly? Like every single champion has one of those crazy visuals. Not all these like featured packs are. So these are skins, right? So not only do all the champions have visuals, what I'm showing you right now, this is something I could buy to make the visual different. So it already has like a stock insane animation that comes with it. And I'm like, oh my God. So like, I do kind of wish Marvel Snap would have it, but like what I was gonna say is like, it gets into this weird situation because Marvel Snap already does have it a little bit, right? Like the Galactus animation. Remember like the first time you saw the Galactus animation, all of us were like, dang, that's sick. And as much as we hate playing against Galactus, it's still kind of cool seeing that animation, right? You're like kind of mad, but you're like, that looks pretty dope. But where it gets kind of weird is the Kang animation. But I think because like the Kang animation, it's very annoying. It's cool, but it's very annoying because typically when you're playing against Kang, someone's snapped you and they've probably roped you the entire round and then they do Kang and it's like this 20-second animation and you're just like, I just want this game to end, right? We're playing Snap for like these fast-paced games. So that's where Marvel Snap has to find this kind of balance because they built this game around how fast it is, right? So that's where it gets kind of weird, but this Legends of Runeterra has really made me be like, dang, I wish Marvel Snap had some more animations and stuff like this. What's this? Oh, there's something else. They've been rotating cards. So the other thing I need to figure out, eventually I'm gonna wrap this video up, is Marvel Snap, it's become very stale, and like a lot of us are looking forward to this upcoming patch. We're hoping it like shifts the meta, you know, all sorts of stuff. But I love Mega Mogwai. He's awesome, and he came from Runeterra before he started making Snap, and he had a similar issue with this game with Runeterra. Like, it got stale and he stopped playing it. He got really into Marvel Snap. But what just popped up, they've had some rotation, and that doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, how does a game like this ever get stale? Because there's so many different cards, so many different abilities. Like, it seems like the possibilities are endless, right? But a lot of you have been playing card games longer than me, you probably know, but now they're doing some kind of rotation. And I'm curious, like, once I learn what that is and how that happened and what that's like, and maybe I'll experience it more once I get into like actual PvP modes. But yeah, I'm wondering if that's something, another feature that I'm not even thinking of that Marvel Snap should add, where they rotate things in and out. But the question always is, are people gonna get really mad when they spend money on something and then it either gets nerfed or gets taken out of the game? You know what I mean? So there's a lot to be considered. Like I said, this game definitely has its flaws too, but it's made me realize how much more Marvel Snap needs. But again, I'll end with this. It's made me insanely excited about where Marvel Snap's future is, right? Because the more room you have to grow, like that's where the exciting stuff is, you know? So I'm super excited for the future of Marvel Snap. I've just been going back and forth, like I'm nowhere, like I would never, like I'm not gonna say never, I don't like saying never, but I'm not even thinking about like leaving Marvel Snap. But so many of us talk about how you need like a break in between games, and this has kept me occupied just in its like single player mode. Like, that's bonkers, all right? But if you've played Legends of Runeterra or other card games too, like I've never played Hearthstone or any other game that people talk about, but if there are features that you think would be cool in Marvel Snap, let me know down in the comments, all right? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. I will be making some more Marvel Snap content, especially this week. Like, this is gonna be a huge week. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, all right? You wanna stay tuned because I have a bunch of new videos planned, all right? And make sure you join our Discord server down in the description below, and follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ if you want to enter our monthly giveaway to win a free season pass in Marvel Snap. Next month's gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy. We got Nebula as a season pass card. It's gonna be pretty sick, all right? Real quick, the other thing is too, I've seen a debate about how Marvel Snap releases cards versus other games, because I guess like Runeterra, Hearthstone, they like, it's every few months or once a year or something that they release like a bundle of new cards, whereas Marvel Snap trickles in one card every single week. I wonder which one's better. So let me know down in the comments, all right? That's all I got for this video. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.